Hey friends, your friendly neighborhood That TS Hawkeye guy here, coming to you, all my Hawkamaniacs, on Boxing Day. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Hope everybody's Christmas season goes well until probably January 2nd, and then you're on your own. So, before we get into the video, I want to thank everybody that clicked on this video. I appreciate you giving me a chance. If you've gone this far, why don't you drop me a subscription, give me a like, leave me a comment. That way you'll know when all this epic low effort content gets released. Because, more content for me, that does us all good. So, today, in my effort to try to, get this channel back to what we were doing, these are all my recent Star Wars cardbacks. I figured we'd look at them. They're not in a whole lot of order. They're kind of in order, but, So, this is actually, my aunt made me a Avengers sheets and a really, really beautiful Avengers quilt. I will have to show that off someday, but we're on my Avengers pillow. Doesn't have Hawkeye on it, but, we're not going to talk about that, but, excuse me. All right. We're going to start with Jedi Survivor, Night Sister Marin. Nice picture. You know what I mean? It's, I'm not going to say nice picture. We're going to talk about it maybe a little bit, but, it's a nice picture of the character. Great figure. From The Force Unleashed, we have the Stormtrooper Commander. Here's the thing. I like, next time we go through my big box of Imperials, you'll see 90% of the Stormtroopers, Clone Troopers, etc. are blue. That's by design. So, from Star Wars, The Bad Batch, we have Crosshair. Star Wars, The Acolyte, Jedi Knight Yord Fandar. It's a very, you know what I mean? It's a good glamour shot of the character. From the Clone Wars, we have the Mandalorian Death Watch Airborne Trooper. That's too many words for a Mandalorian. We're going to see quite a few Mandalorian cards. From Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jedi Legend. This is such a great figure. I hope everybody watched my countdown for 2025. Not going to spoil anything, but he's on it. From Star Wars Rebels, we have Kanan Jarrus. Figure I really, really wanted. I wasn't disappointed. Also, from Star Wars Rebels, we have Alexander Callis. Decent figure. All right. From Ahsoka, we have the Mandalorian Super Commando. We're getting into some Mandalorians. We're going to see a few. I really like the Mandalorians with the head spikes. From Ahsoka, we have Baylan Skoll. I don't think we need to talk about him. From Ahsoka, we have Ezra Bridges. Figure that disappointed me a little bit. I'm still happy I have it, though. And also from Ahsoka, we have Sabine Wren. This came in the deluxe pack with Howler. It's very close to the other Sabine Wren. So, we have Star Wars, The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian. Avila 7. He comes with Blurg. This is probably the best Mandalorian figure I have. So we have Star Wars The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian. The N1 Starfighter. Great figure too. We have The Mandalorian, Ahsoka Reeves. This was Giant Robot Comics. The Mandalorian, Mandalorian Judge. I never knew I liked my Mandalorian's orange creamsicle. So, The Mandalorian, Moff Gideon, Dark Trooper armor. He's got the spikes on the helmet too. Really, really like that. The Mandalorian. Oof, we're kind of on a tear here. Carson Teva. Not a figure I've spent a lot of time with yet, but I think it's going to be a classic. Mandalorian, Imperial Death Trooper. This came in the Navarro Cantina. Figure's okay. The Mandalorian, Bill Burr. Alright, so we're changing it up a little bit. We're now in the Book of Boba Fett, Cobb Vanth. That is the single Cobb Vanth. I have the Fett Armor Cobb Vanth card somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where, but that's a good figure too. Now we're getting into the actual movie stuff. This isn't any order, but we have Star Wars, The Phantom Menace. Boris Singh, this was the re-release that didn't come with the little case of Jedi hilts. Have to get that somewhere else, I guess. Luke Skywalker, Tatooine. This is the card that came with the land speeder. It's an oversized card. It is what it is. Ben, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Love this card. You know, some of them... You know, I was alive when they were releasing the vintage Star Wars line. And this makes me think of, like, the vintage Star Wars cards. So, Han Solo, great figure. And Chewbacca, great figure too. We have the Jawa. This came with the Mos Eisley's. The Streets of Mos Eisley's. These are all Star Wars cards at this point. Ponda Baba. Like, I think this might have actually even been the picture they used on the vintage card. I could be 100% wrong. Dr. Evazan, who didn't have a figure in the vintage line, but they gave him a very true vintage card. Bomb Vimidin. Not a great card. Now we have the man, the myth, the legend, the Dengar. And lastly, we have Star Wars Rogue One, Antok Merrick. That came with Antok Merrick's Starfighter. Alright, friends, we're trying to get the channel back going. Let me know, likes, comments, concerns. If it's your goldfish birthday, let me know. We'll give your goldfish a shout out. Alright, friends, we'll talk again soon.